Hello, hi, namaste, and welcome to our live today. It's been a long time we haven't come online, but we came with the latest, the best collection for you this Dasara and Diwali. So, without further ado, I'm gonna get started. Today we have two different varieties to show. Today's collection is the Kanjeevarams collection. So I hope you love it as much as we loved it to curate them. The first variety in our Kanjeevarams is vintage Kanjeevarams. The color combinations, designs, motifs, everything is inspired and taken from the vintage style. So the first color in that is this beautiful cream with a lilac border. Look at the body. So this whole sari is made with rose gold zari. There are tiny checks in the whole body. It would give it a light shine, and the motifs of flowers. So this border is in morning evening style. Look at the border in between of the kaddi style border. I'm going to give you a closer look, but before that, let me show you the pallu real quick. Look at this gorgeousness. I really love this combination. It's like a very classic one, but also would give you the elegance every time you wear it. So the blouse of the sari is the same checks body, and look at the neck detailing that the designer did for this blouse this time. It's a, let me move that. And the work on this is glass beads and rose gold beads as well. So that is the neck, back of the neck. Here's the front. And the sleeves are used as the whole border of the sari. This is the border of the sari. And the whole body of it has buttas very close to it. That's the top side border. Now the next one that we have in this is inspired by the throat of the uh, by the throat of the peacock. So the colors of the throat of peacock are so dark, dual shaded, sometimes three shades as well. This is similar to that. Look at this color. So the body of the color is a mix of blue and green, and the border is a dark shade of purple. Now the whole body has golden checks with golden buttas, and the border of the sari has the beautiful mango motifs in rose gold, and in the between we have a lot of wine gold garden wine design. So this is the body of the sari, and here's the pallu. I'm going to give you a closer look of the border. The body, I hope you're able to see the dual shade of blue green in this, and the top. For the blouse, we have done a scallop cut kind of blouse with ari zari embroidery work, and this embroidery work is done in rose gold beads and rose gold everything to match it to the border of the sari. So that's the back, front, and elbow length sleeves with the same border of the sari. So this is how the total look would look. The next sari we have in this vintage collection is a green with grey, and this green is a leaf green. So just for the context, I've shot this sari outside around the bushes. It literally mixed in that. It was looking pretty. So this is for someone who love classic tones with a touch of modern colors. So the gray would give it the modernity, and the body of the sari is again checks in gold and rose gold with leaf motifs, and the border of the sari has temple border to it. This is also in the morning evening style. Here's the pallu. I'm going to give you a closer look of the border. And the body and the border on the top. Here's the blouse. The blouse is stealing the show. So look at the kundan work that's done here. And rose gold beadwork. So that's um, the back has a sweetheart neckline, but in the back. So that's the back of the blouse, front, and sleeves. This is how it would look like. The next color that we have in this is also one of my favorites. It's a very deep shade of blue, uh, the cobalt blue, the shade you would get in gemstones. So that kind of blue with a combination of green. And this is an olive green. So that's how the body of the sari looks like. And here's the pallu. The beauty is in the border. This one is an antique gold finish sari. So you would see the border is more on a lighter end, on a subtler end when compared to the previous three. And this is how the border looks like. That's the body and the kaddi border in morning evening style on the top. So the blouse is a scallop cut beaded blouse with stones in between. So that's the back of the blouse and front and sleeves, elbow length sleeves. So the motifs, if you can see, are firefly design just to replicate the garden vines on the sari. The next one and the final one we have in the vintage Kanjeevarams today is also a modern color combination. This is the only one we thought we should be able to cater to our our other customer base who do not like extremely bright colors. So that's a classic gray, slate gray with green. And the border has a kaddi border for the vintage look with peacocks in here as well as on the top side of the border. So the body is in full rose gold, whereas the border is in gold. So that's the body of the sari and pallu. I'm going to give you a closer look of the border. The top side of the border. And the blouse is a beautiful pearl glasswork scallop cut as well. Look at the minimal aesthetics that this blouse has. Really loved the neckline here. That's the front. And sleeves. So this is how it would look like. And that's our vintage collection for Dasara Diwali. Like you can see, there are limited pieces, just 5 for you guys. And we are already getting inquiries about the price. So these 5 are priced 295. As you all know, but I'm still gonna remind, this price includes sari, blouse, shipping, fall, pico, tassels, everything done, and these are ready to ship from Boston to your home. So DM us or just comment on the latest reels for more information on this. The next variety that we have today are classic Kanjeevarams. These have always been a sold out for us. So this time we came up with, again, not everybody's taste can cater to the vintage collection, right? So this one is more modern colors with vintage style borders. So the borders has checks and coin mango motifs, but the rest of the body has normal classic Kanjivaram Meenakari motifs to it. The color of this is one of my favorite. As you all know, it is blue, so obviously has to be my favorite. But this shade of blue is kind of a mix between lilac and sky blue, and that's why this looks really unique and beautiful in its own way. So that's the body of the sari, and here's the pallu. The pallu is a mix of green and royal blue. I'll give you a closer look of the border. The body has Meenakari motifs to it, and the top border. So this is also in a morning evening style of border. Now the blouse has beautiful sequence work done in scallop cut, and this is a very slight scallop cut. And look at the neck design. The design of the neck is in a pot shape, and the work is gorgeous. I loved how they inculcate this tiny Christmas tree kind of things. So that's back of the blouse and front, and the whole border is used as a sleeve, elbow length sleeve. The next saree that we have in this is black. Black and olive green. So the combination is really like a hatke combination, a very unique, solid one. I love how it looks when you drape it. So this is the body of the saree. The body of the saree has a slight pink zari motifs in meenakari, all the floral motifs, and the motifs are as close as you can look here all across the saree. The border in olive green has gold border with like about 14 inches of kaddi border in between, and then these tiny mango motifs on the sides of it. So this is about an 18-inch border with a kaddi border on top. So that's in the morning evening style as well. Here's the body of the saree and the pallu. I'm going to give you a closer look on the border. The body and the top border in kaddi style. So the neckline has sequence floral work with sweetheart neckline at the back, and these are the tassels. Here's the front of the blouse and the elbow length sleeves, which is the whole big border. The next one that we have here is a viral combination that's going on all our For You pages. I don't know if you have seen it, but for mine, this is a combination that's going all across. So that's a lilac with a dual shaded reddish pink kind of border. Again, the border of the saree has checks with coin and mango motifs like the first one, and the top also has the same but in a smaller, so it's in the morning evening style kind of border. The whole body of the saree has meenakari buttas, so that's the body and the pallu. I really love the border color of this. It is such a gorgeous shade between magenta pink and red. It almost looks like a different color in itself. I'm going to give you a closer look of the border. That's the body and the top border. Now, the blouse. Oh my god. It is such an exquisite design in a pot neck. So if you see the kundans and the beads that are used here, the gold beads, they are just stealing the show. Like, I'm in love with just the blouse of this. Don't you agree? That's the embroidery on the neckline. So that's the back of the blouse. And front. And sleeves is the border the bigger border used as sleeves. So this is how it would look like on a whole. The next one that we have is very cute in itself, like the motifs on it. This is also a morning evening style of sari, and this shade of green is like a mix of green and gray in it. So it looks like sea green with a combination of purple to it. So this one has a flakes kind of border to it with floral design, and the same floral design is used with peacocks in between as the top border. So this the cutest aspect of this sari are the bow motifs in the body. The whole sari, the border of the sari is in rose gold, and the rest of the sari has antique gold bow motifs to it. So that is the body of the sari and the pallu. I'm going to give you a closer look of the border. The bow motifs that I'm talking about, and the top border. Now, the embroidery work on this is pearl and gold bead embroidery. So that's the back of the blouse, front, and elbow length sleeves with again a little bit of pearl work on the sleeves as well, along with its border. The next color combination we have is a vintage color combination in a classic Kanjeevaram. Now that is something that we got for you guys who like bold and vintage shades. So the shade of the sari is in henna green with cobalt blue. So that's the body of the sari. The body has big motifs all across in antique gold, and the border is also antique gold. So that's the body and the pallu. I'm going to give you a closer look of the border. The body and the top border of the sari. Now the blouse is again like the previous one in a deeper oval neckline with pearl and gold beads embroidery at the back. This is the front of the blouse, and the sleeves, which also got pearl and gold embroidery. The next one that we have in this variety is a baby pink with a rose pink combination. If you are a pink lover, this is a must have. So this sari has an equidistant border on both sides. So this has tiny kaddi border which is barely like a centimeter on top and bottom, and in between are huge floral motifs imbibed with some of the leaves as the border. So this whole sari is toned down in rose gold. So it's a rose gold with a baby pink and a rose pink border combination. One of my favorites, and all my friends who love pink, they are eyeing on this. Look at the border. Beautiful, isn't it? Now I'm going to give you a closer look of the border. And the body in bows. And here's the top of the border, which is same as the bottom one. Now the blouse of this has kundan and gold beadwork to it in a deep U neck backline. So that's the back of the blouse and front. And the whole border with a little bit of work is done on this elbow length sleeves. Hang tight, we got 4 to 5 more sarees in this collection. So the next color that we have is a vintage color combination. It's brown body with royal blue. The last time we got browns, they sold like hot cakes. Like everybody wanted to buy a brown one. Let's see how it is going to be in this collection. So we got um, the lavender flower motifs all across with vertical lines of antique gold in the body, and the pallu and the border has different columns as they're in the like joined together in the border. Now this one is also in a rose gold border. It's very toned down subtle border. So that's the body of the sari and pallu. I'm going to give you a closer look on the border, the body, and top. So the top and the bottom side of the border is equidistant. Now, here's the blouse, a scallop cut, beadwork, kundan, and pearls, everything in this one blouse. Look at how beautiful the back of the blouse is. And front. This is the sleeves. It's a mid-length to elbow length sleeves on this one. The next that we have in this is a very monotone shade, but at the same time, it's one of my favorite. It's a really subtle off-white color with a pastel green. Like for someone who loves pastels and a classic temple look with jasmine in your hair, this is the sari for that. It would go as a good Andhra bride sari as well, if you are into minimalism kind of aesthetic. So the whole body has tiny coin motifs which are spread across in the same way. The border of the sari is equidistant. It has peacock and mango motifs in the border. So that's the body in an antique gold zari. That's the pallu. I'm going to give you a closer look of the border. And the body and pallu here. Sorry, top of the border. Now the blouse is a kundan bead work. So that's the back. And front and sleeves. Sleeves has the same border, but it has got work on top of it. So it looks really rich. We got one more beautiful color combination. It's a kind of onion pink with dark emerald green. This is also an equidistant border. So this has got big motifs all across the body of the sari, and the beauty of the border is it has got parrots in it, unlike any of my other saris. So this has parrot motifs in the border, and it looks really pretty. Like, the border is a vintage border, but the body is of a modern color. So that's the body of the sari and pallu. And the blouse is also pretty rich and heavy. So it is a slight scallops with zari work. That's the back and front neckline, and here are the sleeves. Did I show the border? Oh, I forgot to show the border of this sari in parrots. And the motifs here in the body. That's the top side of the. All these classic Kanjeevarams are priced 225. I have one more classic Kanjeevaram left for you, and it has a small border if you like tiny border and a very subtle body. This is the sari for you. It's in gold color, the whole border, the whole sari with rose gold zari in it. So there is a particular flower called sampangi. This is the shade of that. Now I don't know what is it called in Hindi or other languages. But in Telugu, it's called Sampangi Poo. It smells really good. So this is the shade of that. The whole body has tiny motifs of which are like about a centimeter, and the border is equidistant about 3 to 4 inches with floral and lotus motifs in it. So that's the body and pallu. If you want to experiment this particular sari, we tried it with a pink blouse, even a royal blue or a red one would look amazing if you want to highlight your blouse over a sari. So here's the border, and that's the top border. Now we have stitched the blouse that came in the sari in yellow with rose gold zari. So we have done a little bit of heavy workload here for you. You can pair it with other contrast colors to give it that oomph factor. Now sleeves in elbow length. And this one with the smaller border is priced $205. With that, we have come to an end of our life today. I hope you love this collection as much as we do. Everything is over $200, and you can reach out to us to place an order via our WhatsApp, Instagram DM, or just give us a call. I'm going to leave a number on this video, so feel free to reach out to us. Thank you so much for joining today. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye. Are there any comments?